This map first impressions video is brought to you by the Farmer Klein YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Hey everybody, and welcome back to another map first impressions video. Today we're going to take a look at Oakfield Farm. This map can be found over at the farmingsimulator.com website or in the in-game mod hub, and this map is available for all platforms. So before we get into the map, let me read you a bit of the description. It says, "Welcome to Oakfield Farm. This map is based in Gloucestershire, UK. This map includes all animals built into the map. 2 farms, cows and sheep, and pigs and chickens. Realistic map with everything from the real-life area modeled and positioned. New plough textures, detailed interior farmhouse, 3 sell points, a BGA, etc. 47 fields, small, medium to large, which of all are to scale and correctly positioned from real life. PDA is a Google Earth image of the area, and there are 100 models made by the map author himself. There's a forestry and a sawmill, and emissions are all included. Various custom sounds across the map, multi-terrain angle for PC players, and a lighting tweak so it won't be as dark as Marwell Manor. So with that, let's go ahead and jump on in. So we will be using our new farmer mode for the first part of this particular video. Then we will jump into farm manager mode because there's a few things I want to show you. I'm not sure if this is intentional or if this is an error with the map, but when I was exploring the map, I noticed there were certain things missing from the main farm in farm manager mode, but you can't buy them to place them on the farm. So you can see the map loads up error-free. And first thing we're greeted to is, I guess, the flyover of 3 old military aircraft. I don't know if those are, I really don't know what those aircraft are. There you go. All 3 times that I've been in the map so far prior to this point, they have all been at the same point, so I guess that's where they are when you load in the map. So speaking of the map, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Zoom on out here. Anybody that played this map in Farm Sim 17 will know this PDA very, very accurately. This is the same basic PDA from Farm Sim 17 because this is, for the most part, well, this is, for all intents and purposes, this is the Google Earth image from of the area. Let's go ahead and get rid of all of this stuff. There you go. So all the fields are numbered. Let's go ahead and take a look at the lands area. So on new farmer mode, we start out by owning a fair chunk of the map. And check. So there is a decent amount of the map that is kind of, if you want to call it, out of bounds as far as field ownership. But this whole section here that is now lit up in blue, it all has a value of $0. So basically, we own it from the start. That way, we can pretty much, if we're trying to merge these fields together, for example, we wouldn't run into an issue where we couldn't do that. We have field 1, field 2, and field area 3. Got the main farm here, and I think this is the sheep area. That is the cow area, the cow pasture. Then we have a bit of area up here. I think that may be a forest. We'll have to go check that out. Looks like that may be the biogas plant. Yep, looks like that is the biogas plant that we already own from the start. And let's see here. Big old field 15 is $1.7 million. Field 28 is $1 million. We go to things like area 22, $186,000. Little area 9, just $46,000. Area 11, $62,000, and so forth. Let's get back over here. We do have all of our standard crops here on the map. Now, while these fields are pretty big, this is a standard size 2x map. Let's go ahead and take a look at the sell points. We've got 3 distinct sell points on the map for all of our main crops. In addition, we have a sell point for eggs, or multiple sell points for eggs, but what I was meaning to say was we had a sell point for cotton and wool. We have lots of egg sell points, but only one that will take our milk, Willowbrook Stores. Lots of sell points for hay, straw, and silage. This is hay, grass, and silage, and then a few points for, you know what, I really don't know which one. Is this straw? Is that hay? They don't make sense to me. This is where I'm going to repeat. I was on a big campaign in 17. Really wish they would just put little subtitles underneath all of these. I don't think it would be that hard, and it really pays off when you have a map that has additional crop types or additional field types that you can sell, like production maps, for example. I mean, we all know this is Stinkwater, but I forget which of these are. I don't remember. But if they just have little subtitles, that's the thing for Giants. That's not a thing about the map. So on new farmer mode, we do start with some crops in our silo. We have a modest amount of starting equipment. Some of it has a little bit of age to it, but no operating hours. And while we have animal pins embedded in the map, we do not start with any animals from the beginning. You have contracts, as the description said. 17 is 8.71 acres. Field 27 is 9 acres, and field 38 is 13.5 acres. Go ahead and look for field 38 right there as a frame of reference. Compare that to 28 and 15, for example. Let's go ahead and take a look at our starting equipment. Start out with 2 tractors. We have a Case and a John Deere, ranging horsepower from 280 to 288 horsepower, so they are pretty much performance equivalent. We got the John Deere T560 harvester with the grain header. We have the AgriLiner TKD 302 trailer, Agrimaz POH plow, and the Amazon cultivator here, 8-meter cultivator. We got the large Horsch Pronto seeder, Navigator 6000 fertilize and herbicide sprayer. Got the side mower, and then we've got the header trailer, completely blank for a moment, with a header trailer and a single front weight. See, there's nothing leased here on the map. And let's go ahead and take a look at the placeables and see if we have any custom placeables. There are no custom animal pins, nothing in the miscellaneous, nothing in the silo, decoration, no custom sheds or farmhouses. So from the inventory, you can see that we couldn't sell any of the buildings here on the map, and we also couldn't put down any buildings that were custom to the map. If we're going to put anything down, it's going to need to be default Giants or a mod. The description said that we could go into the farmhouse, so let's just go ahead and take a quick tour through here. See how this might differ from the farmhouse that was in this map in Farm Sim 17. Or it looks fairly similar. There you can see the sleep trigger. So we don't actually get the sleep trigger until we come up to the bedroom and get close to the bed. That is pretty cool. Let's go on outside. And let's do a little bit of tour of the map here. Now, of the main farm, the starting farm here. Now, as I said, I started this in new farmer mode. What we will do is, after I do this quick little tour here, I'm going to jump into farm manager mode, because I want to show you a couple issues, or a couple things that I noticed. I don't know if they're problems, but they seem to be problems because we can't put down cow and sheep triggers from the store. I'm going to do cows or sheep in farm manager mode or start from scratch. It appears we're going to have to basically place our own cow or sheep area. Some Various decorative items in here. I don't think this is a fill trigger for seed. Then check. There's a couple triggers here. Pretty tight, I think, to bring a seeder back into this particular area. I have what looks like a fill trigger for maybe liquid fertilizer or water. Buildings. Of course, this could be used to tip grain into or other products, or just used as a vehicle shed, should you so wish. We've got our farm silo here. We got our tip point and our fill point. More sheds here around the back. Again, we can either tip product into or use as vehicle storage. Got our fuel trigger around the back here, and then our lime fill point. Equipment sheds. All of this looks very similar to Farm Sim 17 map from memory. Some equipment in this particular building in 17. I'm in there now. Then there was a whole little section down here that was kind of a placeable yard. Let's run down here and just check. Got our trash add in 17. Then yeah. 17, I think this was like concrete. But in 19, we get a nice area of grass. Of course, we can repaint this whatever we want. Church bells. Back up here. Way back over here. So then we've got some vehicle storage. A pretty cool shed in here. Put that root crop storage or whatever we want for. This is going to be our wool spawn point. Got our cultivator and our seeder. Come back. I want to see, is this a trigger for silage? And it looks like it could be. I don't get a trigger for it, so I'm assuming that this maybe is just a place that we could pile up root crops. Got our header in our header trailer here. I think these doors saw worked in 17. We walk around through this various shed complex. There we go. Let's take a little run around back. This is the sheep area. See, we can go in here. This is where we get our sheep. And then we have our water trough and our food trough here for the sheep. Okay, and this whole area up here is for sheep. Be able to keep all kinds of sheep in that big spacious area. Hop back over here. Have, it's like our maintenance trigger, or vehicle storage, and then we kind of come over here to our cow area. So I want to point out that we have a bale cell point there behind the case, and then this is our slurry point for our cows. So plowing our weight. Then over here we have the water trough and the manure pile. Silage. Okay, sorry, this is silage, not for manure. That's probably what that little corner place is over there. I don't see anything when the map loaded up related to the manure. These maps, Frontier Design maps in 17, were pretty popular for having the need to muck out your animal area. So I don't know if that is built into this or not. So this is where we purchase our cows at. This whole area up here is the cow pasture. And over here we have our straw and silage triggers, or straw and feed triggers. Whoa. Right here. Now, something I noticed is there's some type of rogue collision here because I can't walk past. Couldn't walk past here. What? Let's close this. Now let's see. Getting hung up here earlier. Close this gate. See what that. When I was testing this earlier and just kind of exploring, I was getting hung up. I couldn't walk into this door. Getting hung up. Now I'm clearly able to walk through here. So okay. So if we can see here, see the trigger there for the feed trough. Then we can see the trigger here on the ground. It appears to be for straw. Okay. And that pretty much is the main starting farm. Now, I'm going to show you the PDA and show you a couple other things. So, of course, we have our sheep icon here, our cow icon here, got our chicken icon here, pigs. We're all going to explore the map. Don't worry about that. And then we have our horses over here. Okay, those are all the animals in Farm Sim 17, or Farm Sim 15. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the house, okay, just for funsies' sake, where we load up in the map, right, somewhere like here. This is where we load up the map. So I'm going to exit the map. I'm going to come back in Farm Manager mode. I'm going to show you what I found. Okay, so I got a sense that there may be some people that will be like, you know, trickery and things. So this is what I'm going to show you, okay? Go into Save Game 5. I'm going to hit Farm Manager. There's Oakfield Farm. I'm going to load into it. Pick no mods, just a map. Load up the log. Okay, I don't want to be like you're triggering or whatever. So there is map. We're loaded in. Okay, there's our military aircraft, as I said. Now let's take a look at the PDA. There's no sheep or cow icon. Okay. Now we do have pigs, chickens, and we do have horses. Okay. And if we visited those places, we would see the triggers there. We would be able to buy horses, cow or sheep, chickens, and pigs. Okay. But those icons are missing for the main farm. Okay. So we know that the sheep are over here, right? No, they're right here. Well, that buy trigger is gone. See the F1 menu. I don't get that option. Okay. Here's where the water trough and the feed trough were. They're not here. I don't really know or understand what's going on here, other than somehow I can't fathom that this be deliberate because of this fact right here. Here's where the slurry trigger was. Now it's just a big gaping hole that's gone. The cow. Which was over there. Oh, first off, there's the silage bunker's gone. Water trough's missing. The animal buy point. Again, let me bring up the F1 menu. Let's open the gate where we bought our cows. Let's see if I get hung up here now. Now I'm stuck. If I run, I can break through. If I just walk, I get stuck. Okay. And if we have 5, see that those triggers that were here are now gone. Bust out of here. Bust it out of here. See, there is no trigger here for the water trough, like there should be. It's just a trigger here to open the gate. That. So, yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with that. I think the map will probably come out with a quick update to fix that because, as I said, go in here to the placeables, the animal pins, can't put those triggers down, which is why I'm really thinking that this is an error. All right, so with that, I'm going to jump back into new farmer mode. Then we're going to do a little fly around the map. Then we're going to do our normal proper tour. So guys, I wanted to show this off. I just went into the save game from when we started our tour. And this is our career start point up here in the bedroom. So when you start the map up, after your first time going into the map, start up here in the bedroom. Where the fighter craft fly over. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and do a little bit of a fly around. A little bit of commentary as we fly around. At one point I did I did it to some music. Folks are like, why don't you do a little commentary? Okay, this commentary. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take flight. Pretty good right there. Now I can't pull up the mini map because I want this to be unobstructed. So we're going to hide all of that. Just kind of fly around real quick. Let's kind of get up high. Of course, we've got the great trick that map authors have learned to extend the map boundary well beyond the actual map boundary. Bring this up. See the red walls there? Those are the map boundary walls. And everything past those red walls is out of bounds per se. But, from this level or even lower, you don't realize that you're really looking well beyond playable area. It is quite an attractive map from this area up here. See the size of the sheep pasture, and look at that little sheep down there. The size of the horse pasture with that little cow down there. Wicked cool when Seasons comes out and you have the Graze mod support. Pretty neat. On over here now, we're coming up to the map boundary edge. And take this road. I believe the animal sell point is up against the map boundary myself. I thought the map boundary was even further. Sorry about that. I thought the map boundary was even further out than it was, and thinking out, finding myself up against it. Sell point. And I believe the map boundary does some interesting things maybe around this particular area that it used to. Castle. Animal dealer is up here on the hill. So I kind of got a thing for fields that have rows of trees and other stuff in the middle of them. Old abandoned castle. It's kind of a tourist area. PGA. A little bit. Interesting. The BGA, I don't see any bunkers. Shop across the street from the BGA. Still running up here across the edge of the map, I believe. Across the north. Let's head back this direction. It's the horse area right there. Make our way over here. This is the classic pig farm. I really had a thing for this pig farm. Pigs. Whole pig area there. Chickens are over there. And then I believe this area was kind of set up for a placeable area in 17. I think it was set up with gravel, if I'm remembering right. I might not be. Like I said, I didn't play this in 17. Have the church steeple over there, and then the buildings past that is the main farm. We're kind of doubling back to the main farm at this point. Log sell point and the wood chip sell point. One of the forests over here. Sell points. Not. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to the shop, and then I'll meet back up with you once we have our Mahindra and we are ready to do drive. Alright guys, well we are back here in the Mahindra at the shop, and we're going to go ahead and just give this place a little drive around. At the shop around back we have our repair, customize, and our sell triggers. Shop trigger there at the back door. And we've got the convenient ATM here on the side if you need to take out a little mini, need to take out a second mortgage in order to pay for that tractor. We have two-way traffic here on this street. Right here to the GA and just check. No bunkers. Interesting enough. Of course, we can place our own down in 19, but it's kind of interesting. Maybe it's not interesting. I don't know. I don't know what a real BGA looks like. We don't have them here in the U.S. Here you have the wool and cotton sell point. General sell point here at the BGA. Digestate trigger. Digester. You know what? You know it would probably work really great right there is that three-sided lighted silage bunker from Rockhound Mods. Would probably work really awesome right there. Let's see. Fit? No, that won't fit. Fit? Not really, because put them in one or two. Nope, I would say none of the in-game ones fit here. So if you want bunkers, you're going to have to put them somewhere else. Drive on up here. So up there. So I always end up driving on the wrong side of the road because, well, that's what we do. Here we have our animal area where we would come to buy our animals if we were to pick them up, or if we just want to buy them and have them dropped off. The Oakfield farm, Southview farm, for our chickens, sheep, pigs, horses. Take a look at that sight line. So basically to the left of the sun is the real map. In essence, to the right is kind of out of bounds. See the red wall there, basically. 95 field of potatoes. That'll pay off mighty nice. Let's head on down, and I guess we'll visit the sheep area next. Oh, let's get out of the road. Taking a look at all those large grass meadows, grass fields. Putting that one right there behind the houses. Cell point there. I wonder what that is. Cell point 4. Oh, look at that. So I guess Giants had a problem with the name on the burger shop, on the burger shed, because it looks like it's been blanked out. That's disappointing. It was like Dave's Burgers or whatever. Seriously, people. I mean, that is a little... I mean, that's just a little anal. Ask me. When asked me, I don't really care. I'm saying that's just a bit anal to be worrying about that problem. Not even a problem. The guy named this burger joint after himself. Here we've got an egg cell point. I mean, we know this map has been batted around between Giants and Oxygendavid for probably the last 5 weeks. And if one of those batting arounds is because of the name on the burger cart, really loses. Really misses out to that. I'm saying it's the players. Here we have that placeable area. You know, it's a little less, not less important, but less of a big deal to have a placeable area that's flat in 19, because you can just come through here and kind of flatten your own. Or take it filled out and make it one. It's good to see that this isn't wasted with just a big slab of concrete or gravel. It's actually, it's grass used. Looks like a vacant lot. Probably the intent. Of course, you could come down there and you could put your silage bunkers down there. It's not too far of a drive to come up here to the BGA. Skipton, Alston Kings, okay. Those are probably names of real places. Real signs. Double-decker traffic circle over there or something. Of course, that is out of bounds, but kind of odd that the center was hollow. Come on down here to the sheep area. That's a sheep. Sorry, the pig area. here. Klein Farms. Got area for some equipment. Water trigger, or this might be a trigger for seed, fertilizer, and lime, and all of that fun jazz. Given the decorations there, some more equipment storage. Ourselves a straw trigger, feed trough, a water trough, and our pig trigger. Hey, I'm seeing that water trough there, and I'm thinking about somebody. Oh, who was it? They were trying to put the water trough mod in on the map, and they were having problems. And I remember they had put it there. So happy when they that water trough mod, that is going to be sorely missed. Somebody figures out how to get that in to 19 with respect to the whole placeables and things. We have our pig area in here. Around the back, we have the slurry point. You have a hay, straw, and grass sell point right here. We have our farm silo dump, and our fill is probably going to be on the other side. We'll have to find that. So we've got our manure piling point right there, and a lime trigger. So there's our silo pipe right here. Let's see if I can trigger it. Yep, right there we go. And then we've got a fuel trigger. Road here we've got our chickens. See the food trough there, and then the trigger. Larger trigger is to purchase the chickens, and the smaller trigger is to chicken eggs. Oh, Rudin, go ahead and fence. And on up here to the horse stable. Love me a bathtub in a grass area. Clearly is intended to be like a pasture or a area you would bring your cows or maybe your horses. Got another hay straw cell point here, an egg cell point, and a bale cell point there. Then, as I said, we have our horse trigger. Why do I do that every? Escape, thinking I'm going to get rid of the mini map. So we have our straw trigger here, our food trough. Pick me a floaty, and our water trigger, water trough. Not a bad little area for the horses. I wouldn't really see like a whole bunch in here at this one little area. Not too bad of a size for a horse area. And just turn around. Here at some point, we just got a bunch of fields and such. Let's see, do these have collisions? So the hedges are collisionless. That's good to know. Now the fence, I suspect, does. Fence is collisionable, but the hedges are collision free. Let's go ahead and go in cab driving here. Look around a little bit. Area. I like this. I like this dip. Area is pretty cool. I think it'd be neat if this area was for horses. If this was the horse area, that would be pretty cool. Round. Ooh. Hey, if real life this Mahindra went this fast in real life, I think it'd be terrifying. Head on down the road. Guess the next stop will be the sawmill. Well, maybe not. Thought this would... Yeah, let's go ahead and swing on into the sawmill before we kind of double back and take a look at that town area. But remember in 17, that town area had the church, had some church bells we heard earlier, and some singing going on. Here we have the sawmill. We have our log trigger and our wood chip trigger. Assume that the wood chip trigger will also accept the bio bales from the Anderson DLC. Let's go ahead and drop back into this view, since this whole area is somewhat tree covered, tree lined. This is going to be bringing us up around the back of the farm, I believe. This. Another egg cell point around the back with the manor. Oh, and here is the church. The whole little town area. The egg cell point, you're gonna have to come back here and I guess a little Mahindra or something. There's the church music. This is the road that takes us back and around to the back end of the main start farm. There's the oh man, our guy needs to be putting on his seatbelt. I need to talk to Giants about that. They need to be supporting driver safety, and drivers need to be wearing their seatbelts. Wait for this guy to get tossed outside the vehicle in the event of a crash. So this area up here, we couldn't don't think we could explore too much of in the 17 version. We can explore this more in 19. Seemed like a cool little town to just kind of explore. Since we can obviously drive through this a bit more than we could in 17. Maybe the map was updated later on where we'll explore this. Cool little area. I remember running all around the area that we could get to in 17 looking for nuggets. Kind of missed that. Kind of missed the nugget hunt. Helped you kind of explore the map. Walking path. Bridge over the river. Way up to what I believe might be the highest point on the map. Alright, we're going to sell point. Fill trigger for probably, wouldn't think it would be water. I would think this would be liquid fertilizer or herbicide. For those, nope, that is not, that little square up here, that is a trigger for a transport mission. It's not a trigger for seed refill. Let's see, do these doors open? Buy it. Here. Now we are literally right here on the edge. Double back this way. And I think we only have one or two more areas to cover before we're going to all this area done. This is where I got hung up on the map boundary last time. Windmill. So that road will take us down to the main farm. And that's the road we need to take because that is there will lead us to nowheres. I want to get over here to the Empire stores. That's the last point. Get rid of the mini-map. No, we need to come down here to the road, take a right, and take a left at the next intersection. I think this would be a pretty cool map to do in multiplayer. Have a team have the pigs and the chickens, and a team have the cows and the sheep. Have a contractor yard, you know, in that that placeable area down by the shop, below the shop, or a third team. Maybe you could flatten that area out that was kind of the V down there by the horses and maybe make a fourth area if you didn't want to really sacrifice a field. Oops. Oh no. Crashed. Somehow my guy was holding on. He didn't get thrown. Empire store. This way. That is the map boundary. Right up there. Here is that plow texture. Looks like, is this not the same plow texture that was on Marwell? That is a plow texture that came from some don't know who did it, but I think it maybe came from FSUK. Oakfield 15. Our Empire Stores. Steaming pile of poo where we can sell our excess poo. Have our grain sell point there. Then we have another fill point for, I'm guessing, well, you know what? I mean, it may be a universal fill point for seed, lime, fertilizer, and all that, or it may just be a fill point for liquid fertilizer and herbicide. I don't know. Well, guys, there you go. We have Oakfield Farm, finally, for Farm Sim 19. Let me know, guys, in the comments, what do you think? It's a map that you have been eagerly waiting, and now it is here. I'll tell you, before we close out, one more thing I want to say is, so today, when this map dropped, 2 other maps dropped. You got Meadow Grove and Hagenstadt. So Hagenstadt, you know, any longtime Farm Sim fan knows, is a rehash from previous Farm Sim base map, around for quite a while. But Meadow Grove is a map that was ported over from 17. But, you know, I really kind of really wish that Giants would not drop multiple maps, not only on the same day, but even the same week. And I know this is a controversial statement, but, you know, I kind of think that, you know, map authors would maybe, overall, prefer to know that, you know, their map, if it was, you know, when it was released, it was going to have some level of time and some level of opportunity to be, you know, to be the map that was, you know, the new map. But when you got, you know, this week we've had 4 new maps released. Today alone, 3 new maps released in the mod hub. I have to say, this map here is probably going to get the most attention. And, you know, making a map takes a long time. And really feel kind of bad that Meadow Grove may not get the attention it really deserves, because it's going to be overshadowed by Oakfield Farm. And, you know, the same kind of maybe also with respect to Hagenstadt, although I think, you know, Hagenstadt kind of has a cult following, kind of like Giants Island kind of has a cult following. So I think the folks that are going to love that map and download that map are probably going to love it and download it no matter what. But I got to think that folks are going to download Oakfield, they're going to play the heck out of Oakfield until the next big thing, and they're going to play the next big thing, and as a result, some probably very nice maps that are going to stand up in their own respect are going to get missed out. So I've had my piece. Let me know what you think in the comments on my editorial, if you will. So until next time, happy farming.